Hey guys, welcome to the channel, welcome back to this video today. Today I wanted to talk about past lives. I want to talk about parallel lives, what's going on, how do we heal them, what's it all about. So let's get into it today. It's going to be interesting. I've been thinking about this morning and it's only really come to my consciousness. I've only really kind of thought about it because I was thinking of the concept of, can we heal past lives in meditation? And the answer is yes, we can. There's a lot of healing that takes place during meditation. And a lot of my videos lately I've been talking about meditation and the various things that we go through, the different dimensions that we move into. But past lives isn't something that I've really touched on with regards to meditation. If you don't know who I am, I'm a Reiki teacher, Reiki master practitioner in the UK. And I also practice EFT, I practice hypnotherapy, I'm a meditation teacher and coach. I also do Indian head massage, and I use other little things in between, other tools. I use crystals, shamanic tools, sage, Palo Santo, all things in between, singing bowls and sound and things like that. But past lives or parallel lives, whatever you want to call them. So I call them parallel lives. So let's get into past lives or parallel lives and what they are actually. So a past life is, for many of us, when we come to this understanding, it's a life that's taken place previously to this life. But now I come to understand energy and the quantum field and spirituality and the spiritual world. I now call them parallel lives, because when we're going into a past life in hypnotherapy or in meditation, what is happening is we're tapping into that frequency that is working alongside us. So currently we're in this conscious life, we're in this body, we're in this time, we're in this time zone. When you go into meditation or when you go into hypnosis, what's happening is you're relaxing the conscious mind for the subconscious to step forward. What the subconscious is actually doing, it's giving you information that needs to come up now to be healed, for you to be aware of. And sometimes when you go into hypnosis, you're guided and you're taken on a journey to a specific life that you need to be aware of. And that is what's coming forward through into your energy field. So if we think about a parallel life, if we think about parallel, what does parallel mean? It's something that is alongside of. So if we think of a pen, think of this pen as being your life, and this pen here is your parallel life, it's your past life. So it's running alongside this life. And every now and again, what you will find when you're in this life is there is certain things that cross over from your past life or your parallel life into this life. Certain habitual ways, addictions, fears, traumas, different things cross over into this life from your past or parallel life, whatever you want to call it. There is no right or wrong definition of whatever you want to call it. It's whatever feels right for you. But as you progress, you might want to change things, and that's fine. It's fine to change. You need to evolve. You need to move on from where you were. If you don't move on with your learning, you're going to stagnate and you're just going to stay in that place. So what happened for me recently is I connected to a friend of mine who is a Reiki master teacher, but she also practices the Holy Fire, Karuna Reiki and things like that. So we decided to do a Reiki share with each other. So I sent her some Reiki after my Reiki on the morning, but I had a Holy Fire meditation. So she guided me into the Holy Fire meditation. And so it was just a very short introduction. And basically what happens is she goes into the meditation with me alongside. This is via Zoom, so we weren't physically together, we were online. And what happened was I just laid on my bed over there. I just laid down, closed my eyes, relaxed, followed the journey of where I was going to, just allowed whatever process needed to happen. And she gave me some various visual cues about seeing a nice white light or a beautiful white light, and I'm going to move into that light, and all the healing that needs to take place will take place within there, and you'll be aware of various things and what have you. So I just went into it open-minded, as I always do. Went into this beautiful white light. then everything went kind of like dark, and there was a blackness that was all over. I didn't really see anything. I wasn't aware of anything. But after a few moments, that light that was first there started to permeate through that darkness, and the darkness just lifted away. So, and that is kind of like some negative energies. You can think of whatever terminology you want. You can put whatever you want to it. For me now, it's just like whatever was happening was happening. I don't identify with this or that, because if you start to identify too much with things, the ego gets in the way, the mind gets in the way. It brings a lot of fear in, it brings a lot of questioning, it brings a lot of doubt in. You just got to just accept, just be totally open and totally accepting, and have no expectations to what is going to happen and what is going to unfold. Just allow the process to happen. And it takes a lot for you to just be openly able to just do that. There's a lot that has to take place. So I went into this and I started seeing this light again. And then I was taken into various places. I was by a waterfall, and this before she mentioned a waterfall in the meditation. I saw this waterfall, and I saw this older man that was sat next to me, and I saw myself as like a really young boy, maybe 5-6-year-old, something like that. And this older man came and sat next to me, put his arm around me, held me, comforted me. I just felt very comforted through the whole session. And then I started seeing different things, but one of the things that I was aware of was I was looking down at my hands, not my physical hands, but in my visuals, in my mind. I was looking down at my hands, and I could see my hands were shackled with bracelets, handcuffs, whatever, really old style shackles though, and also my feet were shackled as well. And then I just saw the clasps undo, and they all came off. And then I went through the meditation, we continued, there was other various visuals and things that happened. And then I came out the meditation at the end, and I explained what I was seeing and what I was experiencing. And I mentioned to her about the shackles like falling off. She was like, oh my God, she said, you just healed a past life. And that's what was happening. I was seeing an area of me in a different life where something was taking place, and I was going through the healing. Okay, so this was in the Holy Fire meditation that I was guided into. But then it got me thinking, well, can we heal past lives just within our own meditation? And I was thinking, well, yeah, I think we can, because there's a lot of times we can see things and we can be aware of things, and we may feel a connection on some level. And for me, what's happened in the past, when I've gone into a meditation, I've seen various things sometimes from hypnotherapy sessions that I've had on myself, or through other visuals or other things that have happened, that I just feel there's something not quite right from somewhere else, and it's obviously from another life, another time, another place, whatever it might be, whatever your terminology. But for me, what is happening is you're healing part of that past in the meditation. Obviously, when you're in hypnosis, it's totally different, because you're in hypnosis with me or whoever it might be, the practitioner, and I'm guiding you through it, and then you're telling me what you're seeing, you're telling me what you're experiencing, and I'm making a note of it. I'm writing it all down. I can tell you what at the end, because a lot of the time people don't remember. If it was a very deep hypnosis, they don't remember a lot of what they were seeing or a lot of what they're experiencing. So I write that down, I document it, or I record it via Zoom, so then I can send you a copy as well, so you can see it there, and you can take all that in. And then what tends to happen after that, once you've had your session or once you've done your meditation, is you will start to become aware of things in everyday life, in this life, where there just feels like there's a lightness and there's a relief. And here's another, for instance. In one of my hypnosis sessions that I had on me, there was this time where I was on a ship. It was a big pirate ship, and they were going to throw me off the plank, basically into this abyss, into the ocean. But throughout this life, I've always felt this I've always felt a connection to the sea, but especially sharks. I've always wanted to swim with sharks. I've just had this awe and this unknown wonder, but also fear of sharks, because they are quite ferocious predators, as we see in nature, but also the films don't help either. And that made me think, well, is that something coming from a past life? And so then in another session that I'd had, I was actually a penguin, as hard as it is to believe, but maybe not for many viewers. And in that life as a penguin, I was killed by a shark. So there was a lot of shark things that were coming up from the hypnosis, but also sometimes when I've done meditations, I've seen sharks. And I think, well, why am I seeing that? So there's a correlation somewhere that is connected to a life, that is coming up. And so this is stuff that happens. This is stuff that we go through and we experience, and it all starts to come into this life, because then you become more aware of it. When you have an awareness of it, that is when the healing begins, because then you feel the emotion, you feel the fear, you feel what you're going through, what was happening in that life, and you're able to process it and deal with it in your own space and in your own time. And that is the healing that we can do in meditation. Meditation is such an amazing healing modality, and a lot of people just think of meditation as just like sitting still, listening to your breath, or focusing on your breathing, closing your eyes, and that's it. But it's so much more than that. It's so much deeper. There is so much more to meditation than what the majority of people actually talk about. The various realms and dimensions that we can go into internally. And that's why, as well, on this channel, I do a lot of meditations as well. Check out my meditation playlist, which I'll link below so you can check it out. And on there's various meditations and hypnosis sessions that can take you into various places to allow the healing to take place that you need to go through, you need to experience. And it's from the experience, it's from the awareness, it's from the knowing and the understanding, and not having a fear, not having a connection, not having some sort of inner dialogue going on that is going to make you wary of the situation. It's just being at peace with who you are, where you are, and the stuff that you need to just be aware of, the stuff that you need to just address and see. And it's never too late to address and see this stuff. It's never too late. In any time of your life, you can just come across this path. A lot of people, you see a lot of people now that are becoming quite tuned in early on. They're becoming very spiritual early on. A lot of children, especially that have, say, like autism, ADHD, they have connection to crystals, to manifestation, to well-being, to all that sort of stuff. So a lot of younger people now are starting to tune in to this frequency, to tune into that energy. And again, a lot of this stuff comes from past lives. It comes from an awareness of who we were, where we are, and where we've been. And that life is working alongside you in your very energy, in your DNA, in your energetic DNA. So our energy, our physical body, our mind, where we've been, the ancestral healing, it's all taking place now in this life. And then when you do that healing, when it takes place, you're healing on the parallel. So you're healing on this linear level, and you're healing the past, and you're sending healing to the future. So there is so much that is taking place, not just in meditation, in Reiki, in the hypnotherapy, in all the other modalities that there are around the world. There is so much taking place, and there is so many people tuning in and tapping into this wonderful frequency of healing the now, healing the mind, healing the body, being physically well, being mentally well, being energetically well, and having a holistic approach to their own wellness and their own health. And past life wellness, past life understanding, parallel life understanding is an integral part of that. If we don't deal with the traumas, the addictions, the stuff that we've been through in past lives, then they're going to keep coming up, they're going to keep surfacing, and they surface to us in this life via them very traumas that keep replaying, them very addictions, them very same circumstances, they will keep replaying until eventually you go whoosh, and you cut that cord and you heal that aspect of yourself throughout your parallel life, in that parallel life. And again, that healing goes to all those other lives that are taking place. It sounds magnificent, and it's like, well, where's the evidence? Where's the proof? You know, but speak to people that have done meditation, speak to people that have had hypnosis sessions, speak to people that have been on this quantum journey, and they'll be able to tell you exactly what is taking place and how it's helped them and how it is healing them in every single day. And it's not something that will just, you do the meditation, you do the hypnosis, and then it's sorted, it's healed. It doesn't work like that. The energy itself will heal quite quickly. The physical aspect of you heals very slowly, so the physical is always the last thing to be healed. You need to focus on the energy, the mind, the inner dimension of you before the physical healing can take place. And that's how powerful my modalities are, as well as all the other modalities that people practice around the world. But hypnosis and meditation especially, is something that you can do. It is free. You can just sit with yourself and learn to meditate. Like I say, I've got a playlist on this channel from beginner's meditation to advanced meditation and anywhere in between. Check out that playlist and start your meditation healing journey today. You will not be disappointed with how far meditation and the spiritual journey can take you from today. What is stopping you? There's only you that is stopping yourself. Have a beautiful day and enjoy the unfolding. Much love. Take care. Bye for now.